I texted him and I called him, but he didn't reply me. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
where he went. I will
It's
try to
okay.
talk with him.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. Maybe he will just be late. But let's start with our lesson since we only have a few minutes or an hour and a few minutes to actually 45 minutes, right? Let me check. Okay, so in collaborative writing, even though it's called collaborative writing, it doesn't mean that you are just going to write one essay or one piece for your entire team, right? It means every member of the team has to write one essay according to the prompt that will be given to you during the day, during the contest, right? Okay. And the subjects, oh, he's here. Thomas, right? Okay. And the topics that will be given to you during the day is already given to you in advance, right? In the World Scholars Cup website, you have there all of the subjects that you can use or you can study so that you can prepare for the competition. So in collaborative writing, the biggest goal when you write the essay class is you have to persuade or convince the readers that your opinion on the matter, okay, is correct. Your opinion in the matter is strong, and they would believe in you because you have collected all the evidence that you need to support your claims or to support your arguments or your opinions, right? Okay, so even though it is an essay, you can also be sort of like creative with it to put your personality in the essay, because a lot of the essays that I have read from the World Scholars Cup students before, they were all pretty similar. Okay, they're all pretty similar. There is no originality. Okay, or maybe there is originality in some of the students, but mostly some of them are just very similar with each other. So it is our goal in this year's contest that we have to put our own personality in the essays that you are going to write. Is that good? Do you think you can do that?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Yes.
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 Okay, I like the positivity. I know you can do it as well. Okay, so just overview of the contest, please. Correct me if I am wrong. Okay, maybe they changed the time or the rules with the contest, but there are three parts in the contest. It will be divided into three parts. So in the first part, you will be meeting as a group, the three of you, where you will do brainstorming and research on the prompt that will be given to you. Okay. So what is a prompt? Do you know what a prompt is? I'm going to type it. What is a prompt? Valentine, since you've already experienced it, what is a prompt? Can you tell your classmates?
Uh, isn't it like some kind of topic?
Exactly. So it is the topic that you will be writing about during the contest. So when the facilitators of the contest will give you the prompt, you will then meet together with your group and you're going to brainstorm. What do you mean by brainstorm? You're going to share your ideas. You're going to think about how would you want to approach the topic? What angle would you like to talk about in the topic, right? Because, for example, and let's say there's an apple. Imagine an apple, and then you have to write an essay about that apple. What do you want to talk about the apple? How the apple is grown, can write about that. How an apple is eaten, right? You can also talk about that. Or what are the different ways you can make a dish or make food out of that apple, right? Do you understand, class?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so
Yes.
there are many ways that you can approach one topic. So that is what you're going to do. You're going to brainstorm. And as a group, it would help if all of you have three different angles. Okay, so for example, it would help you as a group. It would make your opinions kind of stronger. It would concretize your ideas. All right. So that's it. You're going to brainstorm and research. So during this part of the competition, you are allowed to use your devices. Open your laptops, read any material that you can use so that you can support your claims. And of course, after that, in the second part of the contest, you will then be writing your essay. Okay, so I want you to keep in mind that the nature of the essay is persuasive in nature. Persuasive. So, what is the difference between a persuasive essay and just a narrative essay? Let's say a narrative essay or just like a descriptive essay. Do you know? How about Han?
Um, can you say again? Because I don't really understand.
Okay. Okay, so how would you describe a persuasive essay or an argumentative essay?
Like, argument essay is like, it's like you argue like between two the support and their not support, like the per and bread or whatever
Mm-hmm.
it's called,
Uh-huh.
and then you just told there are two sides, two different sides, and you're gonna go to think about your side. You're
Mm.
gonna go with their, you're gonna agree with them or disagree with them. You can choose.
Yes. Very good. Exactly. Okay, so in a persuasive essay, you are going to talk about two sides. Okay, you can talk about like two or three more sides of the topic, but it's smart to talk about two sides only because of the amount of time that you have. Okay, so when you are writing a persuasive essay, it's not enough that you just talk about your side, your opinion or your main topic only. Of course you have to also talk about the other side so that it's balanced. Okay, so that the judges will not say that you are biased, right? When you are biased, so you have to compare both sides, and at the end you have to prove to them that you are right. Your decision or your main idea is the best one. Okay, you understand? Okay. And how are you
Yes.
going to persuade them? There are different ways to persuade readers that you are correct, right? You have to have, I actually have it here. This one is very important. I'm just going to go over this first so that you can write your essay. Okay, so it's very important that you have your sources or your evidence. It's not enough that you tell, for example, you tell your mother that, Mom, I need you to increase my allowance for the month. Okay. How is your mom going to believe you? What are you going to do to make your mom really give you the increase? Have you tried asking for an increase in your allowance?
Maybe finding some kind of information in internet, or maybe I sometime finding something in internet and then gonna give them for just read.
Yes. So you have to be very smart about it. Okay. You can give your mom, like, there are three ways to do this. Facts. You can tell your mom that, Mom, there is an incredible increase in the prices and you're still giving me the same amount of allowance. How am I going to afford stuff? Okay. The fare has increased. The prices of the snacks have increased. And this is still my allowance. I cannot afford stuff anymore. Okay, you can do that. That's a fact, right? And you can also use emotions. You can use emotions. Mom, aren't you? Don't you pity me? Don't you feel like my child deserves an increase in allowance? My poor child, right? You can also use that. Okay, so I think that's it. for this part, you just have to mention the sources. That's very important, okay? So that the judges will believe that you are credible, that you are indeed stating a fact, you are believable. And of course, your sources have to be what? Credible as well. Is it, let me ask you, you have to know this if you're going to be an essay writer, a credible essay writer. Is it good to cite a source from Wikipedia? I mean, is it?
Um, I don't think so. No.
Yes. No, exactly, Valentine. That's good. Wikipedia is not a good source of information because you can edit it. Anyone can just edit the information there, right? Okay. So you have to make sure that the blogs or the websites where you get your information from, that they are credible sources, not just any kind of blog, any kind of website. All right. And of course, it also have to be recent, has to be around published in the recent years, maybe in the last 5 years. It's good. If it's published in 1999, it won't be credible anymore. Okay, why is that, Thomas? Why can't you use an information that has been published in 1999?
Because they are too old and they are not actual and not talking and according to actual situation.
Exactly, so it's not updated anymore. Of course, information would change. Many people would add more information. So you need to have updated evidence and sources. All right. So let's proceed to your writing task for this evening. So I would like to do this since you only have 4 sessions. I picked this one. This is one of the topics for this year's World Scholars Cup. Here we go again, history redux. So when we say history redux, it means a revival, okay? A revival of the past. Have you read this? Have you opened the website, guys? You have? Okay, so history redux, okay, I'm just going to give an overview. It means that people are becoming appreciative of the past once again, okay? So people would want to go back to the past once again, okay? So one way of doing that is to have living history museums. So you know of traditional museums, right? Most objects in traditional museums are in a box or in a cage or something. It's in a building. But living history museums are like so much more interactive and so much more alive in the sense that people are like they're acting or they're pretending to be to be in an era, to be in a certain time period. Okay, so they could like wear the costumes, they could it's like being in a movie, okay, being in a movie set where people would recreate a certain time period. That could be an example of a living history museum. Another example or another way to recreate the past or to commemorate the past have is to preserve those ancient, not ancient, those tribes or ethnic tribes that are still living the way that they used to before. Okay, so people can go to like ethnic tribes that still exist today. You can do that. Okay, so do you have an idea now on what are living history museums? Okay, so if you read this thing, there are a lot of examples there about living history museums. Okay, so what do you think are ways for you to approach this? Angles for you to approach this? I have a list of topics, but I want to hear from you first. Like the apple, remember? How are you going to approach? Any ideas? before I give you the list of topics?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, so I will give you the list of topics. So I wrote this, and you are going to read. Okay, so here are 9 possible essay topics that you can do that are related to the theme History Redux. Okay, I want you to go over the list of topics here. Okay. The other class is also using this set of topics. And then tell me what number you like to write about. Hmm. 1 minute more, and then tell me the topic that you want, okay? Okay, Valentine, have you picked one?
Yeah, I think I'm right about number 2.
Number 2, the challenges and controversies of accurately representing. Okay, this is good. Okay, so the challenge here is the living history museums might make mistakes in copying what really happened in history, right? So other people might be insulted, or they might think that you are doing history an injustice because you did not copy or did not accurately represent the past. Okay, so this is good, Valentine. Okay, so wait a second. I'm gonna send you the link so that you can write here. This is in Google Docs. I want you guys to write here so that I can see you working. Wait. Okay, I sent the link in the chat. Okay, how about Han?
Well, I'm thinking about number 9 or number 1, but I'm still choosing because I'm not really like understand like clearly.
Okay, so number 9 or number 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Purpose of impact. Number 1 is kind of easy. It's probably the easiest one. You're just going to tell us why do we need to have living history museums, and why are they better than the traditional museums? Why do they exist in the first place? Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
And number 9, technology. Technology is something that we cannot escape right now, and technology is always developing. It's always getting better. So, how is it going to help in what do you call this? How is it going to help in developing the historical tourism?
I would like to ask about number 9. Is it technology they mentioned here? It's like there people like they use a technology to protect something in the museum.
Yes, it can be. It
I'm
can be
thinking
using
like that.
technology. Yes, using
Yeah, then I'm
technology.
right. Number 9.
Okay, number 9. There's an interesting article that I read, Han, that maybe you can use. There's like the first ever digital country, I think, that because the country is slowly I mean, there is a theory, or scientifically it might happen that that country will sink in the future because of the rising water levels. So what they did, they turned their country into a digital country. They replicated their country in the digital world. so that people
Okay.
can still. It's kind of cool and very advanced. Okay, Han. Okay, how about Thomas?
I was also thinking about number nine, the role of technology, preserving and
Mhm.
representing history.
Okay, okay, but Thomas, you have to talk with Han if who is going to do that because you cannot do the same
So
thing.
if she, yeah, I understand. So if Han
Mhm.
wants to take it, so she can, and I will take something else.
Okay.
What
Or
is interesting?
actually, I can give you that because I am choosing between number one, number nine. I can write about
So
number nine. No, you can write number nine. I can write number one. It's fine.
okay, okay. So then I'm gonna have to write about number nine. Okay, thank you, Anne.
Okay, so it's decided then. Okay, so I'm going to give you how many minutes? Wait, what time do we stop? Let me check. Okay, 30 minutes. You don't have to finish it. I just want to see your progress in 30 minutes. Is that okay? Okay, so you can write it here in the pages below. Please be careful because whenever you write something, your classmates' work would also like move around. Okay, I'm gonna give you time to write. You can use the internet. I am going to transfer you to another page, okay, Thomas? so that each of you will have your own
Yeah,
page.
definitely you can. I'm just having a trouble because I choose a QWERTY with Czech, so I cannot write in English.
Okay, sure.
So just I will have just a time to change my QWERTY to English, and after that all will be good. So it's
Yes,
okay. Thank you.
sure, sure. Okay.
Actually, I want to ask,
Yes.
we're gonna write how can I say, an argument essay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or like a persuasive essay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so please correct me if I am wrong, but in collaborative writing, you have to write using pen and paper, right, Valentine?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's kind of what do you call this? It's kind of difficult for you to see your mistakes because if you're going to write in a laptop, you can see suggestions, right, on how to correct spelling or grammar. Okay, so you have to practice that as well. Okay. Okay, continue. Okay, in a few minutes, let's take a break because I will give some initial comments before you continue, okay? In 3 minutes. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's take a break first. Everybody, listen up. I want you to listen as well to the comments that I'm going to give your classmates so that you can learn also from their essays. Okay, so let us start with Valentine's essay. Okay, so Valentine, okay, I'm going to be very straightforward with all of the comments that I'm going to give you guys. Okay, All right. So as I read like the beginnings of your essays, the three of you, I can say that these are not winning pieces yet, right? Okay, not even close. Okay, so don't worry, we're going to work on that. So I'm going to be very straightforward with my comments. So firstly, Valentine. Okay, the this part here, nowadays the past is being represented very accurately. You're using this to describe the past, how the past is represented, right, very accurately, and then you say that there are still some possible mistakes. Okay, it's understandable that you are saying that it could be possible that there are mistakes, but it's kind of like the jump into saying it is represented very accurately, and then you say that there are possible mistakes. It's kind of very direct. It's very there are positioned next to each other too much that it's kind of ironic. Okay, Valentine, can you turn on your camera? I cannot see you. Okay, so maybe here in the beginning, the past is represented very accurately. You also have to answer the question how. How can you say that it is represented accurately? How can you say that? Okay, so you could give examples as to how the past is represented right now. What makes you say that they are represented accurately? All right? Okay, and then this part. Dinosaurs roamed the earth about 65 million years. Scientists still don't know for sure that that is true. Okay, so I want you to extend this information more. It's kind of lacking. I know that you mean that um a lot of facts could be wrong, okay? But it's just kind of like an overview, like just a pass, just like a breeze passed by, and that's it. Okay, so I want you to give more of that. Okay, Valentine, you understand what I mean? Okay, but the this one, the next part, the information about the Aztec Empire, you could actually use this as your example to the past being represented accurately but with mistakes. Okay, so you can erase this about dinosaurs because I think it's not a very good example for your first sentence, right? You're saying about the past being represented, but this example about the dinosaurs is not exactly about that. Okay? Okay, Valentine? So you could actually use this, the one about the Aztecs. Okay, so this is good. It's sounding very logical right now, very factual. I want you to put your own personality into it. Okay, Valentine? You do that? Okay, very good. Okay, so now let's have Thomas. Okay, so Thomas. Mm-hmm. Okay, as what I can see, Thomas, you still have issues with spelling, right? But I
That
understand that
is
this is
just because my QWERTY, because I'm just
ah,
putting there and it's like ticking and it's really small. So I'm gonna to do correction in the end and look after all.
okay, I see. Okay, so you're using it's autocorrect in your language. I see. Okay. But props to you guys because English is not our main language, it's not our native language. So being able to even write or speak in English, even if it's not perfect, it's a very big improvement. It's a very impressive. Okay, so for Thomas, I can see that you have lots of ideas here, and they are very what do you call this, substantial ideas and relevant ideas. But they kind of jump, you kind of jump from one idea to the next and the next and the next. They're all kind of abrupt. You see what I mean? Like the ideas are like you're like a cricket hopping around the ideas. Okay, so maybe you could like stop for a moment, talk more about that first idea first, talk more about it first before you proceed to the next one so that it flows more smoothly. Okay, Thomas, so that there's more relevance in how your essay flows. Okay, you understand, Thomas? Okay, so next we have Han. Okay, so for Han, uh-huh. Okay, when something has passed, uh-huh. Okay, so what I like about your introduction or how you started this, Han, is you are not diving into the facts right away. You are saying something that is relatable to everybody first. You are giving it you are humanizing the essay so that it's not very scientific immediately. That's good. Okay, that's good. You are trying to relate to the general readers first, because we cannot assume that all of the readers already know about science and like all the facts, right? It's not really interesting to read that immediately at first, right? So this is a good strategy, Han. You can relate to the human emotions first, or relate to the human experience first before you support your arguments with the facts. Okay, so this is a very good start, Han. Okay, but I am waiting for you to support your opinions with facts as well. Okay, just to make it stronger. All right. So, do you have any questions? Okay, so guys, three of you, I want you to understand that since this is the hook, this is the very beginning of your essay, you would want the judges to want to read more. Don't make your introduction boring, because if honestly, if I would be the judge, I will not want to continue reading because I have so many more essays to read. Okay, just the first part. I will read the next one. Okay, do you understand, class? Okay, so you have to make
Yeah.
sure that your the first part of your essay packs a punch. You have to make sure that it grabs the judge's attention. All right. So okay, I'm guessing we don't have a lot of time, but with the 10 minutes that we have left, you could continue writing. Okay, go
I
ahead.
would like to ask a bit.
Okay.
Like, should I write my opinion in their introduction, or like I
Yes.
just don't need to? Okay.
It's good, it's good, hand, that you give the main topic, or like an overview of the main your main opinion or your main idea in the beginning, so that
Okay.
the readers would know what to expect. Okay, that's actually standard for essays, that in the beginning, in the introduction, you are already going to state your main thesis or your main idea. Okay, do not make the readers guess, oh, what is he or what is she talking about, what's the point. Okay, you have to mention it in the first part. Okay, we have 20 minutes, around 20 minutes left, so you can use that time to keep writing. So Han, you're the only one in Vietnam, right? Han?
No, I'm living in Latvia. One, two.
Ah, Latvia. Uh-huh. So, oh, Latvia, and then Thomas is from
I'm from Czech Republic.
Czech Republic. And Valentine?
I'm from Vietnam, but I live in Latvia.
Ah, okay. So if you're going to be one team, you are going to meet each other, right?
Yeah, we all have already met each other.
Ah, I see. Okay, that's good. Guys, don't forget that you have to circle back to the concept of living history museums, right? Okay, so a lot of your essays here, you have not circled back to that concept, to that main concept yet. Okay, Valentine. I think your main point here, right, is that because of all of those things happening, it could be a problem of how we are going to represent the past accurately, right? So I think you also have to answer the question, what can scientists do or what can historians do to solve that problem? Even though the knowledge is not accurate, how can people still appreciate the past? How can people still be made aware of the past, even if that is the case? I think that is your burden in this essay. Okay? You have to solve that problem. Okay, Valentine?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Han as well. Han, you are focusing too much on the importance of the past and traditions and like culture in general. Um, don't forget that the topic is about the living history museums. Okay, Han? So don't focus too much on the
Yeah.
traditions and culture. Okay. This could be a good analogy, like a good comparison or something that you can use as an example on why the past and tradition is important, but you have to go back to the main topic. Okay, Han? Okay, so we only have 6 minutes left. I will be sending you a link to our Google Classroom. Kindly click that, please, so that I can see if you're already in the classroom. Just have to make sure. Okay, so this will be our Google Classroom for our sessions. All of the materials that I will be posting here, you have to read as well. And then you will also write your assignments here. I will also be posting the link to the Google document here and also the video of our recording, of our class recording, so that you can look back at the class if you want to review.
Excuse me, but teacher AJ said that the class is 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Uh-huh. Oh, 1 hour and 45 minutes. Let me check. Because the time that he sent me is that we are going to end at 9:10. Wait, let me check. I mean, yeah. I am gonna check with teacher AJ, okay? Wait a second. Okay, teacher AJ has not responded yet. Just continue with your writing, please. Mm. Okay, this is a very good introduction, Thomas. It punches. That's an expression. It punches. You also have to have like a good discernment on what um sounds nice. When you read it, the flow sounds nice. There's an art to essay writing. Okay, so teacher AJ responded. He said that for the remaining time, okay, our Google Meet session is only for 1 hour and 10 minutes, but the remaining time you have to finish your essay and put it on the Google Classroom. Is that understood? All right.
Yes.
Okay, so you only have 2 minutes left. I am. What did you use to help you translate, Thomas?
Because I'm translating some words from Czech, which I know, and
Mm-hmm.
translating into English and back. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm combining some words with Google Translate and some
Uh,
words with Deep L. Yeah, so it's kind of mistaken and trying to. But I know that some words just like literally they are not perfect for
yes,
essay.
I
So I'm
understand.
gonna to also like I'm trying to read it and compose it as best I can, but
Mhm.
I know that I'm not best in English. So
I understand.
yeah,
I understand. Yeah. But my concern here is how will that work in the contest? Like you're writing in paper. I wonder. It's okay. It's still a long way off. We have lots of time to practice. Okay? Okay, so I think that's it. That's the end of our Google Meet session for today. So you have the rest of the time to finish your essays and you're going to put it in Google Classroom. Okay? Or you can just finish it here actually because I am still um, putting the link in Google Classroom. Do you have any questions before we end the session? Questions?
No.
Not really.
no,
Not really. Okay. How about you, Han?
No.
Okay. So I hope you learned a lot today. You can also read a lot more articles on living history museums to cement your essays. Okay, guys. Good job today. Let's see each other again next session. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
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 bye.
Bye. Goodbye, Thomas.